Hey Hoopers, today I'm going to show you a doubles move, and I'm not sure what this is called, so I'm going to call it a cascading barrel roll with two hoops. But you can do this from forwards and reverse, and also on the horizontal plane instead of vertical. So I'll show you each of those, and then we'll get started. So reverse cascading barrel roll with two hoops would look like this. And in reverse, and on the horizontal plane, if I can remember how to do this, yes, would look like this. Alright, so let's get started on the vertical plane, and we're going to get started with forward. So I'm going to start with my hands on both hoops with my pointer fingers facing forward, and I'm an overhand grip. For one of them, which this is a very cool move just with one hoop too, so we'll get started with one hoop first. I'm going to take the hoop next to me, so now my pointer finger is straight down, the hoop's behind me. And what I have to do is switch my grip from the outside to the inside. So you just might want to practice this for a minute. Just getting your hand from the outside here to sliding it around to the inside of the hoop. So now I kept the hoop on the vertical plane the whole time. And now my palm's facing down, my pointer finger is facing towards the back. Now at this point what I'm going to do is bring my hand up, so I'm bending my arm. I'm looking forward and my right hand is going to come over to the left side, so the hoop's on the left side and I'm holding it in my right hand. Now my palm is facing out, pointer finger down, and I'm going to again switch from the inside to the outside of the hoop. So switch here at the bottom. Bring the hoop around to your opposite shoulder, switch to the outside again, and come down. So it's all about switching to the inside while isolating, and then coming to the outside to bring it down. So as you get more comfortable with this, you can kind of put your pointer finger away, make a loose circle with your fingers, and just kind of keep the hoop kind of rolling within your hand. Alright, so now let's work on this in reverse. So again, starting with my pointer finger facing forward, I'm just going to kind of go do exactly the reverse of what I was doing before. I'm going to bring the hoop up, and I'm going to tuck my pointer finger in here. I'm grabbing and I'm getting on the inside of the hoop. So my hoop is in the right hand, my arm's bent, and I'm bringing the hoop to the left side of my body. Okay, so I'm going to bring my forearm over my head now. I'm going to stick my pointer finger back into the hoop. My palm of my hand is facing towards the back. I'm going to bring the hoop down, and here my hand's going to start coming over towards the top of the hoop and coming back down. So you may have an easier time practicing this with a slightly bigger hoop. I think I'm using 23 inches here. I would say something, around 30 inches, something like that. You might have a little bit of an easier time, something between, 30 and 24. And it's very easy to turn this into, barrel roll and other things like that. So let's work on the left hand now. So, pointer finger facing out. I'm going to get a little bit of momentum with the hoop so that I can swing it back into the inside of my inside grip. Bring it over. So give it a little momentum to swing over. You might want to have it touch your shoulder here, your arm, and come back down. So I have a difficult time without any momentum getting my wrists to bend far enough to keep the hoop on the vertical plane. So you might find that it's easier to bring the hoop up a little bit higher when you do this, and to kind of do it a little bit faster. Alright, so now in reverse, I'm actually going to have my thumb forward on this because this just feels more comfortable. So I'm going to take the hoop in my left hand, bring it over to my right side of my body, arm bent, bringing my forearm over my head, bring my left arm out to the back. I'm on the inside of the hoop. I'm going to switch to the outside as I bring the hoop down. So try your best to keep this on the vertical plane. I know it's kind of difficult. You might want to work on stretching your shoulders out for this one. Alright, so now we can also work on the horizontal plane. So this one's more of like a fold than an isolation. With the hoop in my right hand, I'm kind of bringing the hoop to my lower back here. I'm just going to bring it to kind of come forward. So the hoop's going to come over your shoulders, over both shoulders, flop forward, then come to the back again. Switch it to your lower back so now your palm's facing out. I'm going to come forward, bring it down, switch to the back, rotate to the inside, so outside to inside. Alright, now now in reverse, so I'm going to start with the hoop in front of me. I'm going to flip it up over my head, lift my right arm so it's bent, coming over my head, and then I'm going to bring the hoop down to my hips. So there's not really like a set plane so much for bringing it back, just as long as you are kind of doing that horizontal flip in the front, it's going to look right. Alright, so now with the left hand, again, overhand grip, flip it back, and bring it down. And in reverse, I'm going to flip it up to the inside, over my head, down in front, and then flip over to the outside. So inside to outside. Inside to outside. Alright, so now let's get two hoops going in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the forwards here. So we're going to combine this. It's going to be one after the other, so it's kind of cascading, right? So I'm going to start with my right hand, swing to the inside, bring it across my body. Now once I have the hoop kind of touching or very close to my opposite shoulder, so right hand, left shoulder, I'm going to start with my left hand to bring it back. This one comes down, this one's forward. So I try to kind of get them to touch my shoulders each time. These are minis, so if you have a larger hoop, it's going to touch further down. And I'm going to kind of let them cascade. So one, and then the other one. So you can start doing this as slow as possible. You can do, one full rotation before you bring the other one up until you get comfortable, and then you can kind of do it together and let them cascade and not wrap around your head. So make sure that you bring your arm far enough over. You want your hand to be right above your opposite shoulder when you bring the hoop up. Alright, so now in reverse. So I'm going to start with my right hand by swinging the inside, over on the opposite shoulder, back. Now we do left hand, inside, shoulder, back. So right, and then left, and then right, and left. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And the way I'm going to get this look is I stall a little bit on the isolation and I kind of swing the hoops pretty fast at the bottom. And then you can kind of work on switching back and forth. And then you can work on the horizontal too. So let's go over the horizontal really quick with 2 hoops. So I'm going to start with both of my hands, and I'll show you guys from different angles. So again, outside grip, swing to the inside, touches the lower back. So with my right hand, bring hoop forward and down. Now I'm going to do my left. I'm going to switch to the inside, horizontal, touching my back, flip over and down. Alright, so you can do 1, and this before, you get whatever hoop you started with first. For me, it's the right, down to where it's folded over. You want to have moved this left hoop. So again, so as soon as I have right hand up here, that's when I'm going to start bringing the left one back. So I'm kind of cranking my arms. And this is kind of one where, plane doesn't necessarily matter. It is horizontal plane when it comes over your body, so you can think about it that way. But I see this one switching through a lot of different planes while you're doing it. So it's not necessarily one and the other. So some of you may find this a little bit easier than keeping your vertical planes like on this one. So and then reverse, I'm going to flip up, back, off, up, back, off. So you kind of get in a rhythm of doing it, letting hoops fall, and it can be pretty fun. So from the front, that one's going to look like this. You can also kind of think about it as your hands are like tracing circles around your body. However it helps you to kind of figure it out. It's really all about that momentum and switching from the inside to the outside. So anyway, I hope you guys learned lots from that and can do all kinds of folding, cascading, barrel roll things with your doubles. Alright, so I'll catch you guys later. Happy hooping!